Time is getting the better for us. Just a couple of more questions. Now, just on the Quran and Hadith. I mean, your favorite surah of Quran and why?
Oh, I can't. I can't. Oh my God, there's so much to play with there. It's about the time.
Okay.
It's about the problem.
Okay.
If you're suffering from a bigger problem, you'll see which surah is going to become your weapon, or whatever time that you're in right now. In terms of your emotional.
Let me ask you that. What is the surah then that gives you, you're having a bad day?
Oh no, I'll tell you.
You're having a bad day and you want something.
I live in Pakistan.
You want that verse or that surah.
I live in Pakistan. You have a bad day just about every other. So surah is too big of a word for a Muslim because there's so much in every surah. But I know that one ayah keeps me going, which is Hal Jaza'ul Ihsani illa al-Ihsan. This keeps me going at the worst of the worst days, the worst of the worst moments. This is the fuel that is going to pick you. This I can raise a dead man. Hal Jaza'ul Ihsani illa al-Ihsan. That, I mean, it's just self-explanatory. I hope everybody. I mean, I'm going to start crying if I explain this. This is the way Allah sees the standards of how a human being should be looking at anything, especially other human beings. The deed that is done upon you. It's like, oh my God. It's can there be any other reward for an ihsan than the ihsan that was done on you? I mean, it's like. My whole life philosophy, pivots around this one ayah. And whenever I read any kind of philosophers, be it Hume or Descartes or, I just cannot see how else to ground myself as to, the biggest anchor, the mightiest of those anchors becomes this ayah. I mean, I'm just, I'm still feeling so bad by just picking one ayah.
Yeah.
Because I'm leaving so much but this is the one that I just can't get this out of my heart and head. Any given second you're gonna take an MRI, this eye is gonna be like top of the list. There's gonna be so much more, but this eye is gonna be like.
And amongst the companions of the Sahaba Rasul.
Oh, it's a journey. Awesome question. It's a journey.
Who's your favorite?
And why? Okay, I'll tell you. The companions, and mommy should listen to this, okay? Because the way you're going to structure that archetype, that caricature of the Sahabi, that's where your child's whole life journey, at least for decades. Because, I plotted one day, a few years ago, of what kind of influence I had and what kind of life aspirations I was generating, because this is a source of energy. And I found out that it was one companion that was causing that sort of, movement inside me. So I started with just like any other child with Umar al-Khattab. Any boy who reads enough about Umar al-Khattab. By the way, I was trained in Umar al-Khattab. It was like, a whole series of, projects and tasks and lectures. And this is where my Yemeni teacher comes in. This guy was all about Umar al-Khattab. So I started off with Umar al-Khattab, and then I went into Salman Farsi. Because somehow I kind of, taught, every child, I am Salman Farsi, because I'm going to teacher to teacher to teacher. Yeah. And then I went into Abu Dhar.
Okay.
In the later part, because I was going through a lot. At that point, I remember, because, you reminisce.
Yeah.
And I was reminiscing. So I was thinking this is what's going on, and I still believe that there's still a lot more of Abu Dhar Ghafari's, element. That influence I'm talking about. That influence had a lot more element and just keeps lighting the fire. But then I went into Saad bin Muaz. That as soon as I went into youth, I was speaking about, describing Saad bin Muaz, the standard that Saad bin Muaz set, so much so that Prophet ﷺ became expressive about putting him as a benchmark. And Sahaba were like, how can we achieve this benchmark? I can quote you some hadith where Prophet ﷺ is talking about if, for example, the grave is going to grab you and is going to squeeze any and every human being that's going to enter the grave, even if it is Sa'ad bin Mu'adh. I mean, it's like when the Prophet ﷺ benchmarks you as a
Yeah.
name, it's like, what else can you possibly achieve in this universe? Look at the resume of this guy. And then there was this caravan that just came in with the cloth, and everyone was running about. You know, the cloth was so fine that even the Prophet ﷺ, praised it. And then when he held the cloth, he said, "This is the finest cloth I've ever," because he was a merchant himself.
Yeah.
So he said, "This is the finest cloth I've ever held." But you know what? This is not even compared to a handkerchief, which Sa'ad bin Mu'adh is holding right now. So when you read this, plus I'm not talking about Sa'ad bin Mu'adh because of these 2, 3, 4 ahadith, but whatever the journey that he took. A 9-year-old Muslim, which means 9 years ago, he was not even a Muslim. In the 9 years, he achieved whatever he achieved, and then came Ali bin Abi Talib, and in my age, I think Ali bin Abi Talib stands tall now. I've gone through that transition, knowledge and courage, the epitome of knowledge, the epitome of loyalty to the Prophet ﷺ, the brother, I mean, you can't replace this hadith with anything. Everything else, with all the Sahaba he's got, can combine, cumulatively cannot hold the weight of, you are my brother here and you are my brother there. What else can you actually ask for? Ali, you are my brother here in this world, and you are my brother in the hereafter. What else do you want? What else do you want? I mean, it just tops it up. Any Sahabi would give his life for this hadith, So Ali bin Abi Talib is the current, nuclear reactor sitting inside me right now the last few years. So from Umar al-Khattab to Salman Farsi to Abu al-Ghafari, to Ali bin Abi Talib. This has been like my visible journey, because there's so many questions that a boy would be thinking, why just these 4? I mean, these were teachers.
Yeah.
Okay, these are the teachers.
Right? Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.